Stop pressing down so hard. Seems so simple, doesn't it? Well, sure, the concept is, but it's hard to actually execute when we're playing the instrument. Today I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can play the instrument effortlessly. One of the beautiful things about ukulele as an instrument is how easy it is to get started playing. We can be strumming our first few chords and playing complete songs within a matter of an hour of picking up the instrument. But it is also physically a very easy instrument to play. These strings are very light gauge and don't take a lot of pressure to press down. And this leads us not to think about how we are using our body to fret those notes from the beginning, because we can get it done really any way that we want. And we don't realize that this is an issue until we hit that intermediate plateau and you feel like you don't have freedom getting up and down the fingerboard. You have problems shifting to different chords. And this is where we need to take a step back and address those fundamental technique issues that we didn't worry about when we were starting the instrument. And speaking of the instrument, let's talk about that for a moment. I hate blaming my instrument for my own failings as a musician, but sometimes it's the truth, and we want to make sure that it's not the instrument itself holding you back. Because if it is, then no amount of good technique is going to help you. Now, you can get by on a very inexpensive uke as long as it is set up well, which means that extra 10% of playability has been addressed. And the biggest issue is generally the nut height, which is this piece right here. And there's a simple way to test if your nut is low enough. Take a business card, put it in your strings. If it stays there, you're good. If it falls out very easily, your nut is likely too high, which is causing you to have to press down harder. It's also going to mess with your intonation. So once we've figured out whether our uke is set up properly, now let's talk about how we can play effortlessly. This first bit is by far the most important. Take a breath, exhale, and relax. Hold on to that feeling for a moment. This is the feeling that we want to strive for while we play an instrument. And really, that's what we mean by good technique. How do we set up our body and address the instrument so that we are as relaxed as possible and using our body as efficiently as possible? Technique is not a set of rules. It is a set of principles that we are striving for. And this all starts with how we hold the instrument. Everyone's body, hands, and instrument are completely different, so you're not going to look the same as anyone else when you hold yours. What we're looking for are certain cues within our body that we want to be aware of. That first step, relaxation. And secondly is really how we hold our instrument and where are our two contact points. I handhold my instrument. If you use a strap, that's great. It keeps it in a wonderful position. It doesn't matter what size your instrument is. These principles are exactly the same. We always have two basic contact points on the instrument, our right arm and our left arm. Now you see that the neck of my uke is up just a little bit, and we're going to talk about that angle in just a moment, but we're going to explore the concept of leverage first. No matter whether you're playing with a strap or hand holding, your right arm should be contacting the edge of the uke just a little bit. If you're down here with a larger uke, it'll still contact the top as we come over. We're not doing this. Right? We have this contact point here. And if you take your instrument, you just press down on that contact point, what happens? The neck goes out, doesn't it? And if we just take this and we just hold it in our hands ever so lightly and we just relax our arm, we find this give and take with it. And this is going to be essential for us in playing effortlessly, because this is going to stop us from pressing down too hard, because the weight of our arms and this contact point and leverage are really doing all of the work for us as opposed to relying on grip strength. Let's take a moment to talk about our wrists. Once we have our two contact points on the instrument, we need to look at our left wrist. And if we look at mine from the side, and I just put my hand on the instrument, I relax my arm back. Note that my wrist is not perfectly straight. It's relaxed and it's mobile, because as I play chords up and down the neck, it's going to need to move. It's going to need to rotate. The relaxation and the mobility is what's key here. So if you just put your hands down on the instrument, relax your arm back, you want to be able to feel like you can make these little circles with your wrist if you need to. Now we want to make sure that our wrist is not too far forward at our starting point. If we're like this, we're putting stress on our hands, we're putting more work for our fingers, and we also want to make sure that it's not back like this. We want loose, mobile, and fairly straight. Now let's talk about a very controversial topic, the left thumb. This is my thumb. It curves backwards, so if you see it on the back of the neck, it may look like I'm pressing into it very hard, but it's just the natural relaxed position of my thumb. There's really two schools of thought about how we think about the thumb on the back of the neck, and both of them are absolutely fine. I think the reality is many of us think about it in the wrong way. The thumb doesn't actually matter that much. The role of the thumb does matter. Many of us think about it as an active participant in playing, that we need our grip strength to do this to hold down notes. But how did we start this lesson? We created leverage with our hands. That nice relaxed arm should be providing just about enough tension to hold down the strings. We only need to press ever so slightly. We don't need to grip like this. Now our thumb can really be in one of two locations. Many places will teach it as putting it behind the second finger, like this, classical guitar method, and that's absolutely fine. It's nice as we go up the neck. There's also the cradle the egg method where it comes around the side a little bit. And that's also okay, as long as this left arm is relaxed, that's okay. Now it can be a bit problematic as we go up the neck. You'll see that I slip into the standard, more classical position as I go up the neck. But you also watch my thumb as I go. It moves pretty freely back here because the goal is, if we're not pressing in like this, we're creating way less friction on the back of the neck. So we're not going to get stuck as we go up and down. So you want to find a place where the thumb allows your wrist to be in that nice position we talked about. If our thumb comes too far over, then I can't move my wrist freely. But if it's over just a little bit, I'm all right. If my thumb's too far down here, look what happens to my wrist. It goes forward. We're not free and relaxed. So we always need to go back and look at, well, where is my thumb and how does that address where my wrist is and how the relaxation in my wrist feels, because that's the most important thing. Now let's talk about actually playing notes. This lesson has been brought to you by the Magic Ukulele Club. Join us today to join the largest jazz ukulele community in the world with over 500 lessons in the archive and new ones each and every week. Whenever we stop a note on a fretted instrument or we press down with our hands, we want to be as close to the fret as possible. As I put my ring finger on the 3rd fret of my A string to play a C major chord, I can feel that fret right next to the tip of my finger. The closer we are to the fret, the less energy we need to expend to hold down the string. We want to make this as easy for ourselves to play as possible, and you want this to be your standard. Now we think about our basic principles. Relax those shoulders, have our 2 contact points on the instrument, just hugging ever so slightly into myself, relaxing the left arm. I think about, where's that wrist position? Is my neck up just a little bit to get that in a good position? Straight across. Caves a little bit. We want to be up just a little bit. And then where's our thumb? Is it on the back of the neck? Does it come around a little bit? It's okay either way as long as our wrist is in a nice mobile position. And then we just want to play that note by relaxing. We don't grip at all. Just relax our fingers into the fingerboard. You don't need to press with your fingers. Just relax. Let's go to G7. Feel that nice counterbalance. That interplay with the physicality of the instrument is what we want. And it doesn't take much. Back to C. And remember to breathe while we do this. And this principle, of course, carries over to bar chords as well. Our same principle goes for bar chords. We want to be as close to the fret as possible. So if we take an F6, our 5th fret straight across bar chord, what we're going to do is take our finger like this, place it directly over the fret, which gives us this nice sound like this. That's terrible. And then we're just going to rotate back ever so slightly off of the frets. And that's our point. We're going to be fighting it the least. Now you'll feel here, we still have that weight of the arm pulling it back, but maybe you need a little bit of your thumb in there. But we never want to feel like this is what's getting our bar chord down. It's not about grip strength. Almost all of us have enough grip strength to get this out. We want to make sure that we're utilizing our body in an efficient way so that we don't have to worry about our hands being weak. Now the question is, how do we make this our standard in playing? And of course, the simple answer is through practice. But you need to practice simple things. Take a basic chord progression that you've been playing for years that you don't have to think about. Maybe C, F, G7th. And as we cycle through that, think about each one of these pillars each time. Think about, am I relaxing, breathing? Good. Am I hugging my instrument into me ever so slightly? Am I letting my left arm do the work? What's my wrist angle like? Can I move it? Oh, that's good. Go through each of these things. What's my thumb doing on the back of the neck? Just along for the ride, right? Right? And am I fretting those basic chords as close to the fret as I can? Practicing this 4 or 5 minutes a day will get this to become your standard way of playing, because it's not something that we can think about while we're trying to learn a new song. There's too many moving parts in here. Think simply and practice efficiently. I'll see you all soon.